It's my pleasure to introduce you to the story of GMINing Ventures, which was just launched just over 2 years ago by a group of very experienced mining industry experts who are in the business of to buy, build, and operate precious metals assets in the Americas. And our ticker symbol is GMIN on the venture exchange. Some forward-looking statements that you can enjoy at your leisure later. So just going back to the genesis of GMINing, again, the story really traces back to Mr. Giniak Sr., who founded and ran Cambior until he sold it to IM Gold for $1.5 billion in 2006. And after which he launched GMINing Services, a full-service engineering company with a few of his kids, and 2 of them are actually principals in GMINing Ventures, the publicly listed mining company that's the subject of today's talk. So Louis-Pierre Giniak is the CEO of GMINing Ventures, and his brother Matt Giniak is project director for our company, and the team has a tremendous track record of success. And after building 4 mines for senior companies successfully, and that means on budget, on or below budget, and on time, the family decided to launch this mining company, GMINing Ventures. And just about a year ago, we acquired the Tocantinzinho project out of Eldorado Gold. And so the marriage of the successful management team and a high-quality gold asset is what enticed some of the Tier 1 partners that you see on our share registry, which include La Mancha, Eldorado Gold, and Franco-Nevada. And their support culminated in us raising so all the figures are going to be in US dollars. So culminated in us raising $481 million last year in July. And that gives us $81 million in buffer, which is inclusive of 43 cash buffer and 38 million of project contingency. So just looking at our track record again, over the past 10 plus years, the same group through the GMINing Services engineering company built Essakane for IM Gold, Marion for Newmont, and Newmont was so happy with how it turned out, they came back to us to build the Marion extension or expansion. And more recently, everyone here probably recognizes Fruta del Norte for Lundin Gold, and that was also brought online on time and on budget. And so substantially the same project team has now moved over to GMINing Ventures to continue building the Tocantinzinho project. Going forward, I'll call it TZ, which is easier for everybody. And so we look to leverage TZ as a platform for growth for us to grow into the next intermediate gold producer. So in and of itself, acquiring a gold project out of a mid-tier company, producing a positive feasibility study, raising project finance, and announcing a construction decision are all not unique achievements in the mining industry. Lots of companies do it. But what's unique about our story is the speed at which we were able to reach all of these milestones. In less than under 2 years from launching the company, we were able to deliver all of these catalysts and in a timely manner and meeting our guidance to the market. And we look forward to continue to deliver on these value drivers, which include completing our detailed engineering over the first half of this year and over the next year and a half to complete construction and commissioning of the TZ project, and looking forward to commercial production in the second half of next year. In the interim, we're also looking at growing our portfolio of assets through strategic and opportunistic M&A opportunities, and again, supported by our very supportive and well-financed shareholder base. So Eldorado has actually produced the feasibility study on TZ before, but our company decided to take a fresh look at the numbers in light of the inflationary environment that everyone is, very familiar with now. And so after producing our feasibility study, we have estimated that the upfront capital of the project will be $458 million, and to produce 1.8 million ounces of gold over 10.5-year mine life, all at very attractive all-in sustaining cash cost of $681 or just under $700 per ounce. And that'll give you NPV at 5% of $622 million at 1,600 gold price. So kind of conservative, but also pretty realistic, I guess. And the after-tax IRR will be 24%. So I talked about how we are large shareholders in the company ourselves. So insiders, management, and including the Gignac family own 8% of the company still. And so everything we do it through the lens of value creation per share. So in raising this project finance, we definitely looked at minimizing the cost of capital. So Franco-Nevada came in for a large amount of money, 250 in stream, 75 debt, and 28 million of equity investment to take 9.9% of the company. And I'll mention that was also at premium to market price at the time. And La Mancha is a well-known private equity fund out of London, and they have a track record of helping junior companies at this stage of the growth, such as Evolution and Endeavor, and growing them into multi-billion-dollar companies. And so they came in and invested $69 million to take 25% of the company. And Eldorado Gold, so the $20 million actually is the upfront payment that we paid them to acquire the TZ project from them just over a year ago. And to maintain their exposure to this high-quality asset and high-quality management team, they decided to turn around and reinvest that $20 million back into the story. And so they still maintain 17.7% ownership. And lastly, we also have an agreement for $40 million of project finance with CAT Financial. So all of this is underpinned by a very robust mineral inventory. So we have just over 2 million ounces in proven and probable reserves and just over 2.1 in resources. So very high conversion ratio. And as you can see, it's a very simple model that the mineralization comes right to surface. So I'm not sure how to use the laser point. Oh, yeah, there. So the pit is actually this tiny little dot, like a sesame seed size, in the middle of that map. And so we have almost 1,000 square kilometers of land package, and which contains the 35-kilometer long TZ trend. And a lot of it hasn't seen modern day exploration techniques used on it. So we've only explored 15 kilometers. And recently, our geologists have been able to discover this other parallel trend, 15 kilometers long and 12 kilometers away from the TZ trend here using geochemical techniques. So we're looking to grow the asset base, leveraging this very prospective large land package. So we're very much on schedule in terms of developing the project. And apologies that I don't have time to show pictures from site, but come to visit me at my booth later or come for the Q&A. But everything is on track. We are in the middle of construction. We've started the power line construction. And again, looking forward to producing commercial production in the second half of next year. So we have really enjoyed tremendous institutional support in our story from day one. So we have not been raising public equity, which is why over 90% of the shares are in the hands of strategics, insiders, and institutional investors. And we have a very robust research coverage universe, so definitely help yourselves to reading some of the target price produced by these analysts. So just in terms of benchmarking, we definitely think we're undervalued compared to other developers developing precious metals projects in the Americas, especially in light of the fact that we're permitted, we're in construction, and most importantly, we're fully funded. And as you can see, for producers, they definitely enjoy a much higher P/NAV multiple. So that presents a very substantial re-rate opportunity for our share price as we move forward toward production.